shit they said about y'all. Come on, all the shit they said about us. It's time for us to get out there and show it to them.
What you here for? Strictly business. Yeah. You want a job or get rich? I'm bossed up. 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 I bossed in my IV. Just check my ID, and that's why I be the HNIC. People despise me. My services ain't free. Ain't trying to hear your story, homie. Cop me, no please. In high school, corner, quarterback. Nowadays, corner, quarter sack. Keep that on the low. Rappers turning into rats. Try snitching on they self. DEA ransack.
What's good? What's popping? Your boys are in the building. It's a football Friday. We're gonna have some fun today. Have some fun. Courtesy of Mr. Dillon Gabriel, we're going to entertain the masses today. Because there's entertainers and there's competitors. We are competitors as well. Yeah, you can do both. Honestly. You can actually do both. You don't have to be one or the other.
You actually get paid more if you're able to do both.
If you're able to do both. So how did you take? Because there's a lot of mixed reviews on what Mr. Dillon Gabriel said and what he meant by what he said. He walked it back. What was your initial feeling on what he said?
First and foremost, stand on what you say.
That's what I said.
Stand on what the fuck you say. And stand on it the first time, right? Don't try to double back and moonwalk, right? There's only one person who was perfect at the moonwalk, and that was Michael Jackson. All right? All you other motherfuckers not good at it because you trying to say that there's a difference between competitors and entertainers, which honestly, if you really break it down, there's not. Because you can do both and you can be a competitive entertainer, right? This is the thing, right? Because a lot of people don't understand that or how that dynamic really works. But stand on what you say. You said it and you know what the fuck you meant when you said it. And you know who you're talking about when you said it. Everybody knew who you were talking about when you said it. This is the reason why it was everywhere and it went viral. It wouldn't have went viral if you didn't mean what the fuck you were saying. If you didn't even say it, right? If you meant some other shit, then you should have said some other shit. But you clearly meant, you were clearly trying to take shots at your teammate. And regardless of the fact if motherfuckers want to say, oh yeah, well, they had a conversation and it was no personal. Yeah, I've been in locker rooms. I played around players, right? I understand the saltiness of a player and how they have to talk in front of the media. They have to answer certain questions that may be a little awkward, and they have to give the best answer that they think other people are going to accept. But a lot of the times, people aren't media trained. A lot of the times, people aren't trained in order to have specific answers to leave the media kind of hanging. And a lot of people don't know how to speak, and a lot of people misspeak, right? But that wasn't the case. You knew exactly what the fuck you said, and you said exactly what the fuck you meant. Now, the problem I have with it, just like Mel is about to, is about to elaborate on, stand on that shit, bro. You know what the fuck you meant. And that's the thing, like you said, there's a difference between competitors and entertainers. So if that's the role that you want to take, then stand on what the fuck you said and be a competitor. Understand and have him understand that this is a dog-eat-dog world. This is a motherfucking dog-eat-dog company. It's a dog-eat-dog business. And I'm coming for your job just like you trying to come for my job. If that's how you really feeling, then be that way. But don't try to be this one way and then, oh, well, nah, that's my teammate and I just want to see him succeed. And that wasn't a personal shot. And nah, because you went to Oregon. We understand. We heard your coach's comments, Mr. Dan Lanning.
Yep.
When y'all played Colorado, is that not the same verbiage that you tried to use and try to get away with? Come on, bro. You got to understand a lot of people are smarter than that.
Yep. And that's that was the angle I was definitely going to go with this didn't start this year in training camp or anything like that. This started in college with Dan Lanning and his head coach at Oregon. And he said, we don't do things for clicks and likes on Instagram or whatever the fuck he said. And I'm pretty sure he fed that to his team. And Dillon Gabriel was on autopilot in front of the mic. And he spoke it. Now, I don't have a problem if you just stand on what you said. I have a problem with that. If you feel like, yo, he's showboaty and he's here for, entertainment purposes only, then stand on it. Say it. Because y'all are fighting for a job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Competitiveness, just because you're competitive doesn't mean it has to be nasty. Just as long as the two of y'all know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's all that is. And his excuse saying that, well, when he talks about the media, he calls them the entertainment, and the players are the competitors. Well, that doesn't go with the context of the conversation, because the reporter asked you, how do you deal with the noise?
Mm-hmm.
That's what she asked you. So how does that play into whatever the fuck that you made up in your brain? And like I said, don't get mad that you got caught in the bullshit. You got caught up in the moment. Deal with it.
Yeah, stand on it, bro. It's okay.
Yeah. And, and then we can get into the actual game itself and how it played out and all of that stuff. Like, because if you're a competitor, a lot of, like, I don't like, Dan Orlovsky has gotten on my nerves.
Yeah, he started to do too much on first take.
Because in his eyes, no quarterback can do no wrong.
That's saying a lot, but never mind.
Exactly. So Dillon Gabriel's tape from this past week was better than Shador's tape from last week, or the week before, is not true. And they want to talk about, well, he was more accurate. But if you look at the throws that he was making, that's the stuff that they criticize Shador for. Oh, well, he only throws the ball 4 yards down the field or behind the line of scrimmage. He only throws slants, out, swings, and all that. Well, that's what they opened up with Dillon Gabriel. That's literally what they did. They gave him a lot of short reads so that he can get his completions up. And I'm going to get to what, because the Giants did the same thing with Jackson Dart, and I'm going to get to them in a minute. But the things that y'all criticized that were negatives on Shador's resume is exactly what they did for Dillon Gabriel. And like I said, I'm a firm believer in give the quarterback as easy a read and throws as possible and allow the playmakers to make plays. So I'm not discounting anything that Dillon Gabriel did. If you can get to your third step, plant your foot and get the ball out, whether it's 5 yards down the field or 15 yards down the field, I don't care. Can you complete the pass? That's it. But don't criticize Shador for doing the same thing, which he didn't do, by the way. I'm just saying this is what y'all claimed he was doing. But then praise Dillon Gabriel for doing the exact same thing that you're criticizing Shador for. Just doesn't make any sense to me. Go.
Just a few things. When they talk about accuracy, I just because why do y'all be lying on television? Like, I'm genuinely curious, because why do y'all be lying on television like niggas didn't also watch the game? Because you know that they have the film, like we can actually go back and watch the game like that happen, and then we can look at the numbers to see if it correlates with the game that we just fucking why do y'all be lying? Because y'all, I'm tired of it, bro. Because it's like, obviously, and people can't sit up here and tell us that what Eric Dickerson said doesn't have some fact to it. Because,
I was gonna get to that too. I was gonna get to that. But
and I know we're about to get to that in a second. But it's like, y'all can't keep doing this, because there's absolutely no way that y'all are gonna keep telling this lie like he isn't good or like he can't play professional football when he literally went out and showed you that. And this is the thing that I get tired of. They criticize him for the short routes. They criticize him for the checkdowns. They criticize him for being accurate in the short game. There's not one quarterback that's not accurate in the short game. If you're not accurate in the short game as a quarterback, you're not playing quarterback in the National Football League. That's one.
Yeah.
Number two, I don't understand why everybody is so hell-bent on seeing big plays in the NFL like it happens a lot. It does not. I can literally pull up the percentage of how many big plays are completed, how many times big plays happen in the NFL. It's not a lot. So the fact that y'all be thinking that any fucking quarterback can just come in and take massive shot. Patrick Mahomes doesn't even do it. That's what y'all don't realize. Patrick Mahomes doesn't even do it. Josh Allen does not do it. Lamar Jackson does not do it. No quarterback in the National Football League comes out and just gunslings all up and down the fucking yard. That's not what they do. The greatest quarterback of all time, who everybody considers the GOAT, never did it.
Well, the thing about it is when it comes to quarterback play, it all depends on who you're talking about, right? I was listening to a couple guys on networks on Big Head Media, and they were saying how Dillon Gabriel is more like a Tua Tagovailoa, just shorter, where he gets the ball out on rhythm. 1, 2, 3, balls out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, balls out. Boom, 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 boom. Where Shedeur he can do that, but he goes off script a lot. Not a lot, but more often than someone like a Dillon Gabriel. And that's why Kevin Stefanski likes Dillon Gabriel. And I told y'all, this is why I don't like Kevin Stefanski. This is why it didn't work with Baker. This is why it didn't work with Jarvis Landry. That's why it didn't work with Odell. That's why it didn't work with Amari Cooper. That's why it does not work in his offense. Because what he wants in his offense is a fucking robot. He thinks whatever play he calls up is going to be perfect and is going to work as is. And anything outside of that doesn't work. Sometimes you just have to have your playmakers make plays. It's 3rd and 5. Odell's out there. Just get Odell the ball. That's the play. The play is Odell get the ball. That's it. Sometimes it's let me just hand this ball off to Nick Chubb. Let him go get it. Like, you allow your playmakers to make plays. What do you say? They called the same play for both of them.
They did.
Well, they did. Well, if you look at that's the pick 6 that Dillon Gabriel threw was the exact same play that Shedeur threw a touchdown on. And it was kind of odd that the defense, the Eagles defense, and who they play? The Panthers last week. Mm-hmm. The Panthers defense, they kind of ran almost the same type of defense where they ran a blitz and then they faked a 4 high, went to a 3 high. Shedeur read it and threw a touchdown on the backside. Dillon Gabriel didn't read it and threw an interception on the front side. Because the safety that was coming down for the cover, to hit the flats on the cover for the cover 3, he rotated up. Shedeur looked at that side, saw the safety dropping, swung back around, and threw the end route on the backside. Dillon Gabriel didn't do that. He never read the safety as he came down.
Or the corner. Not to mention, this is the reason why Kevin Stefanski sucks. Because I've seen everybody in the comments on TikTok. I'll be in the comments, bro. Like, I don't think that Mel is by himself. I'm right there. I'll be in the comments and I'll be seeing the dumb shit that y'all be putting in there. When y'all are trying to coke for Kevin Stefanski, like, oh, well, he's 2-time coach of the year. That doesn't mean anything.
I don't think so.
Quite literally, the play call was part of the reason why the interception was thrown. Nobody on that fucking play knew what the fuck they were doing. None of the receivers knew what the fuck they were doing at all.
That's like I said, that's not even the play call. I can care less about the play call. It's all about execution at the end of the day. If you're on the short side of the field and you see 2 wide receivers bunched next to each other, don't throw the fucking ball over there because that's a defender. One guy can cover both dudes, which he did.
And that was my next part. First and foremost, the play call was ass. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, what are we doing? This is the reason why y'all sitting here coping for this man. Oh, coach of the year. Really? What the fuck are we doing? Come on now. Like literally, the proof is in the fucking pudding. Y'all can go watch film.
They did both throw touchdowns.
Shador threw two, by the way. But this is the next fucked up part about it, right? And this is the reason why I had a whole back and forth with this dude on Facebook, and I said Dillon Gabriel had bad eyes, because if he had good eyes, then he would have been able to read the safety and the corner and seen the backside, right? But instead, he threw a really bad ball into coverage and into two receivers that weren't even fucking looking at it. Two receivers that didn't even know what the fuck they were doing. People telling me about hospital balls and I don't want to hear none of that shit. We're playing, y'all are playing football, okay? Niggas know what the fuck it is, okay? You're going to get hit regardless, all right? Take it up with your quarterback later. But the fact of the matter is, if he had better eyes, like every single quarterback is trained to do, if them niggas don't know what the fuck they're doing on that side, which they clearly did not, you flip your hips, you find the next open receiver, which was either the swing out the backfield because you literally had him wide the fuck open, or the crosser that was right behind the goddamn safety.
But these are the things that when they talk about processing information and who processes faster and all of these things, see, Dillon Gabriel doesn't process fast. What Dillon Gabriel does is what Kevin Stefanski wants you to do is, I am just going to scheme everything open, and I just need you to throw the ball where he's going to, like, when they relay the plays in, he's anticipating a certain type of coverage. Mm-hmm. So if he's anticipating the cover 3 or whatever, that's the play that he's going to give in. You've got 15 seconds to give you the play and look and what to look for. Mm-hmm. So as a robot, you're going to be like, okay, cover 3, I'm going to have this. I got the seam route here, or I got the post on the backside or the dig on the backside. So that's what you're looking at. If they shift from a cover 3 look into a cover 4 look, and you still do that, you're fucked, because you have to now make adjustments on what to throw. Now, Shador can do that. The great quarterbacks, they can all make those adjustments. You have to do pre and post snap. Dillon Gabriel sucks at post snap. That's why he was in college for 6 years.
And on top of that, this is the thing, right? If people are going to sit up here and tell me that Kevin Stefanski is a good coach, then I'm going to sit up here and tell you that he's not, because you can compare him to one.
Exactly.
You can compare him to one Josh McDaniels, right? He has that system-based mindset to where it's my way or the highway. My system works. Nothing else does. And I don't want you to improvise, because I know my system works, because I've seen it work once or twice. So in my head, that's convinced me enough to where now I don't need to see anybody try to improvise my system, because I know how my system works. And if we get the perfect look, then my system is going to look like it's perfect and flawless, right? But when that system runs up into a system or into a coach that's innovative and that can counter block that system because it's a basic ass system, now you need an innovative quarterback, somebody that can think on their feet and make plays, because like Cam said, and like we said, every single quarterback is a game manager, but not every quarterback has the ability to be a game changer. This is the difference, right? If we're going to sit up here and evaluate quarterbacks, especially young quarterbacks, like Mel said last week, see what you got, right? Who is going to be just a game manager, or who is going to be one who's also a game manager and a game changer? We know which one you have. Do you though? Because a game changer would have managed that situation and used his legs to extend the play and either hit an open receiver or just run out of bounds, kill the clock, and live to fight another fucking day.
Yeah. What happens is, see, even Josh McDaniel, because if you listen to Tom Brady, he said he changed a lot of his fucking plays, a lot.
And that's why they used to argue on the sideline.
You know who else did that? And I said he's a horrible offensive coordinator. Arthur Smith.
Yep.
Arthur Smith, Russell Wilson had his best game last year as a Pittsburgh Steeler because he just said, fuck that. You don't know what you're doing. And he audibled every chance he got. You know what Russ did in that game? rushed through for damn near 500 yards and like 4 touchdowns.
Yep.
And then Arthur Smith got mad and told him, do not change my plays. You know what happened after that? That's when the Steelers went on that losing streak.
Oh, that's when they threatened to cut him and bench him and et cetera, et cetera.
Because it's the ego of the offensive coordinator to think that he knows all and can be all. No, you cannot. You are not that good. What makes what makes Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, those types of guys, what makes them dope, they listen to the players. And they understand there are certain moments, I just got to get Cooper Kupp the ball.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain moments, just got to get Debo the ball, got to get Christian McCaffrey the ball. You just got to get your playmakers the goddamn ball.
Yeah. This is the reason why Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce were so fucking dangerous. Andy Reid understood the type of players that he had. Andy Reid as well. Not only did he realize that he has a young gunslinging quarterback that can move slightly, not too much, but slightly, just enough to extend the plays. But he also has a tight end that used to play quarterback that can understand where the open spots of the zone are. Not everything is going to chalk it up to black and white on the chalkboard plays. Sometimes you got to tell your athletes to go out there and be fucking athletes. And Andy Reid is good for that. So he'll go out there and be like, hey, y'all got it. Which is the reason why a lot of the times that we see, I've always said this, Kansas City runs a broken play offense. They don't have a true offense. What it looked like is to be a true offense, but it's really not a true offense. It's a broken play offense. They want everything in second, third window, basically is what I'm saying, right?
That's why, who was it? What receiver went there and struggled? It was Kadarius Toney, and it was another one. They said they could not pick the offense up because the receivers didn't really have routes.
Yeah, Sammy Watkins.
Okay, maybe it was Sammy Watkins.
Yeah, no, I specifically remember that. Everybody was juiced and, Chiefs got Sammy Watkins. He could not pick up the route concepts because there weren't no true route concepts. And anybody who wants to kill me, anybody who wants to argue, Travis Kelce said this himself, his own words. Mid-Super Bowl run, he said this. So I don't want to hear, no. I've seen this offense in high school. They run the same offense. It's a fulsome broken play offense, right? They wait for everybody to kind of get locked, and then the quarterback starts to scramble. Everybody takes off. Scramble drill. Sit in the hole or go upfield. Where's Travis Kelce at? While everybody's focused on Tyreek or the fast guys, McCole Hardman going upfield, where's Travis Kelce at? Oh, he's right there by the first down marker. That's all we need to continue the drive. Defense is now tired because they just chased all these fucking fast niggas around the fucking field, forgot about this dude. So now we can run the ball because they're exhausted. Now we can go out and pass the ball. Oh, there's Tyreek deep. Oh, there's Xavier Worthy deep. You see how that works, right? So when you have an innovative quarterback, when you have a tight end that's also innovative, that can understand, hey, we don't even have to talk. All I'm going to do is go up here and sit down in this 5-yard zone. First down markers right here. Boom, drive extended.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's how that works.
And it's, and what's going on in Cleveland with the ownership. And I was kind of confused. I thought it was Jimmy Haslam that wanted Shador, but I'm guessing now they're saying it was Andrew Berry. And just let Andrew Berry do what he does. I mean, I just think at this point in time, Joe Flacco isn't the future. At best, he makes it out of this season. He doesn't play next year. So at this point, at this juncture, like we said last week, just play Dillon Gabriel or play Shador, play them both, whatever it may be. Figure out what you're going to be doing. Now we'll get to the Eric Dickerson part of it all, where I guess he got information that the league pretty much told. And when people say the league, I really want to know what they mean by that. Because if it's the owners that are talking to other owners, like, yo, don't draft this kid, then I think we need to hold the owners accountable. Because I don't believe Roger Goodell said, hey, y'all, don't draft Shador. Because Roger Goodell doesn't have that type of power. The owners are the only ones who have the power to do that.
I know they have a lot of owners meetings, so that may have transpired to where all of them got together and was like, yeah, no, avoid this kid at all costs. But at the same time, like Mel said, if that is the case, then a lot of you niggas need to answer for it. And I'm tired of this anonymous shit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, no.
I'm tired of this anonymous shit.
Yeah, if you're willing to say it, then stand on it.
Stand on your stand, like we said with Dillon Gabriel earlier in his comments. Stand on what the fuck you say. Put a face to it. Put a face to it. Y'all be so bold with this anonymous and an anonymous scout, an anonymous coach, and stand on what you say. Be a man, bro. Why do y'all bitch up every single time that you got something bold to say about another player or another coach or another organization? But when y'all be wanting to throw hissy fits on the field and all kind of extra other shit, then y'all want to be all big and bold and brave. When somebody is scoring at the last 2 fucking minutes, now everybody want to be all tough guy now. Now everybody's tough guy. Now everybody want to shake each other's hand extra hard and give each other a stare down and talk all kind of shit. When you why we can't hold that same energy now? Like y'all online, ain't nobody finna come pull up on you and give you a whooping.
Right.
You know what the fuck you say, bro? Why are y'all so cowardice with y'all comments? I don't understand that. That's weird to me. Whole bunch of grown ass men scared to fucking say what they gotta say.
And I forgot to mention Shador's response to Dillon Gabriel. Shador did what a grown-up would do. And it's funny how the consensus was that Shador was immature and, all of these things. But he's demonstrated himself better than Dillon Gabriel, because when he had his moment to talk about the situation, he, said, look, I can't control what people think. If that's what people want to think, hey, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm going to wash my hands of it. It is what it is. He said Dillon came to him and told him that it wasn't about him, just that and third, yada, yada, yada. He said, okay, cool. It is what it is. And the report after, well, do you believe him? He said, it's not about whether he believes him or not. Dillon said what he said. They just keep it pushing.
And I think what y'all don't like, right? And allow me to be extremely vulgar here, but what y'all don't like about Shador is the same thing y'all don't like about Dion. They are too real for y'all, right? And a lot of the times when you have people that are just like, they're honest, they're real. Like you can't rattle them. You can't sit up there and try to make them be somebody that they're not, right? Just like Shador said, you're trying to start something with me and my teammates, and I don't know why, right? Because you can't rattle them. They're gonna give you the truth. They will. A lot of the times, people will sit back like, "Damn, is that's it? Yeah, nigga, that's it, bro. That's the truth. What you want me to give you this whole thought out fucking soliloquy? No, bro. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, bro. Like I'm too up on game, and a lot of the times they don't understand. Like a lot of these young guys are too up on game to get caught up in the regular tricks of words that y'all may think that these guys don't understand. But me and Mel tell you guys all the time, coaches don't like dumb football players. A lot of these guys graduate top of their fucking class. And
Shador is a different type of dude because Shador has been in the spotlight for so long. He's media trained. Like you're not going to catch him slipping. So you can ask all the questions that you want. Shador is not going to slip up on those. Shador, he's too smart for that. He understands if he wants you to get a soundbite, he's going to give it to you. You're not going to get it out of him.
Not unless he wants one.
Exactly. So Shador is very smart in that sense where you can't just say something and then he's just going to go off the top of his head and say something that's going to backfire on him, the team, his father, or anybody else.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of the times people don't like that because they can't control the narrative, right?
Right.
And a lot of the times, this is the reason why a lot of the media is, a lot of these guys in the media are working double time to try to besmirch his name, right? But we can literally see it. We literally see it right here in front of us, right? So when y'all tried to do that with Dion and he's telling you like, I ain't hard to find. I'm right here. You feel me? Right? And he's going to reporters like, hey, no, wait, what was that shit you said last week? Nah. Don't run. Nah, don't try to change subject. What you said last week? When it's Shador walking up to the reporter like, bro, you ain't never had nothing positive to say about me, bro. When he's calling out reporters like, yeah, you trying to intentionally start something, bro, and I don't really like that, right? Like, that's what y'all don't like. Y'all don't like when somebody is legitimately truthful with not only themselves, but with y'all. Marshawn Lynch, I'm only here so I don't get fined, baby. That's it. Oh, no, we don't like that. Oh, no, Marshawn, why isn't he answering questions? Hey, I'm just here so I don't get fined, man. You feel me? What are we talking about, though? I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Right. So it's, moving forward, like I said, tomorrow, we got both of them are going to play. And I don't understand how Kenny Pickett managed to keep a job. Kenny Pickett got hurt, hasn't practiced, hasn't played in the preseason, and still got to be the number 2 quarterback. That is crazy. I don't know how you do that.
If that man is not in the UFL, okay, by October, I'm gonna have an attitude.
And shit, if he's not there, motherfucker, if he's not there by next week, because there is no way. I don't know how you don't practice. You don't play in the preseason, and you still the number 2 quarterback. Not to mention
making it past final cuts.
Right, and it's not like he's been a good quarterback since he's been in the NFL. He's been trash.
Y'all remember when he threw himself into a front flip? Y'all remember that?
Because Kenny Pickett's been in the league for how long now? This is 4th year?
3 or 4 years now?
3 or 4? And he's already a journeyman quarterback.
He did a front flip, trying to throw a simple slant route,
trying to throw a slant.
Like, what are we doing? How the fuck this nigga? I don't know. And it's crazy because we'll sit up here and y'all will criticize Shador. The man go out there and has a great game, 2 touchdowns, over 100 passer rating, right? Completed 60% of his passes, right? But y'all shit on him. Kenny Pickett threw himself into a whole somersault, okay? And he's still a second-string quarterback. And this is the cool part about it. This is the thing about it, right? Everybody talking about Joe Flacco and how great he is. Bro, the man was taking naps on the sideline.
That motherfucker was definitely taking naps.
He was asleep in a stadium filled with thousands of people on a sideline with massive chaos. He was asleep. He doesn't need to be playing anymore.
Old man Joe.
Like, you got a motherfucker who throws himself into somersaults, motherfucker who takes naps in a freaking hostile environment, and somebody who can't even come on, dog. Like,
not to mention Kenny Pickett got little hands.
Like, and I don't want nobody to give me shit about this. Dillon Gabriel can't see over the O-line.
No.
That was the reason, problem. Y'all remember? That's the reason why I had to keep getting him out of the pocket, Russell Wilson. So don't tell me that that's not a real big problem.
That's a big problem,
bro. Like, and
he's smaller than Drew Brees.
What are we doing here, guys? What are we really doing here? You feel me? Because you got Grandpa Joe, you got a gymnast, and you come on, bro. You got somebody who can't even see over their center,
and you got a known
playing quarterback. Stand up, it's over.
Yeah, so that's the Cleveland Browns quarterback situation is one thing. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, Joe Flacco's supposed to start the first quarter. Dillon Gabriel's supposed to get the second quarter, and I think Shador is going to finish the game with the third and the fourth quarter. So we'll see how that works out tomorrow. With any luck, Shador will go out there and he'll throw another 3 touchdowns, number 2, 3 touchdowns. Look good. He'll quiet all the bullshit between him and Dillon Gabriel, and they'll be able to move forward. And it'll go Joe Flacco, Shador, Dillon Gabriel, and then they'll figure out what to do with Kenny Pickett. Maybe they'll trade his ass somewhere. Next, the other most interesting quarterback room in the NFL belongs to the New York Football Giants, where you have Russell Wilson, our guy, Jameis Winston,
my boy J-Boo,
Jackson Dart, and Danny DeVito. My bad. What is his name?
Or is it Tommy DeVito?
Tommy DeVito.
Oh, okay.
I meant to.
One of them Italian names.
I was going to nail it, but I totally forgot what his first name was. Tommy.
One of them Italian names for sure. Meet the baller.
Yeah. So what they did with Jackson Dart, again, they did the exact same thing, which like I said, I don't have a problem with this, but I don't like the fact that you would criticize it for Shedeur, but you praise it for other quarterbacks. Like Jackson Dart was out there just throwing literal darts that were like 2 yards downfield. Everything was run after the catch. Like, I'm going to dump it to the tight end. He pick up 30 yards. I'm going to dump it to the running back. He pick up 30 yards. I'm going to throw a slant to the receiver. He going to pick up 15 yards. Like, that's all it was. And I'm not mad at it. I don't care how you get to 15 yards, my nigga. I don't care if you throw it 15 yards or you throw it for 2 and you can pick up 13 more. I don't care. 15 is 15 to me. But don't say that was a bad thing on Shedeur's side, but it's great for everyone else. Now, the Giants quarterback situation is kind of dicey right now because if they're continuously doing this for Jackson Dart, you're creating conflict. And then you have teams, like, because what do you do with Jameis then? Like, what do you do with Jameis?
Y'all gonna have to do something because y'all been getting trade. Y'all been getting calls for Jameis. So
yeah,
you're gonna have to do something.
Right, because the Dallas situation, Joe Milton doesn't look like.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, I don't know what that's going to look. He hasn't looked like the guy that they thought he was going to be. So Jameis could be the backup in Dallas. I don't really know how to feel about the Seattle situation at all because it's very shaky.
I mean, you got Sam Darnold, you got Jalen Milroe. One of them is on a crazy high right now, which I feel like he's going to come down from this season. And the other one is a really good runner.
Mm-hmm. And, so it's I don't know. I think the Giants are going to be better than what people think they're going to be this year. I think
they are.
I think Russ with Jalen Hyatt, I think is going to have his breakout year.
Yeah, he's been playing a lot more better. And then they got that other guy. I
was just about to say I just want to get his name real quick. Let me go to the Giants real quick.
Yeah, something college. But I was looking. I said, "Who the hell is that man?" Because wait a minute, he got behind the defense, moon ball, beautiful.
Yeah, you got
Russ,
Boo Collins, and who is the other receiver? What was the daggone? Is he not on the?
No, they got somebody else. There's somebody
I'm trying to think
else.
who the fuck was it? Now this is what's pissing me off. I should have just wrote it down. There's
somebody else of significance that went over there.
Well, no, I think he's a rookie. I think he was either a rookie
or second year.
Because I know Boo Collins is going to be good. Jalen Hyatt.
Yeah, Bo Collins is going to be good. Jalen Hyatt is going to be good.
Was it Dalen? No.
Hold on. That's exactly what I was looking for.
Oh, Jordan Humphrey.
I was going to say Lil Jordan Humphreys.
It was Jordan Humphrey.
Mm-hmm. Crazy name, by the way.
Yeah. The Giants' offense is going to be way, way better than people think. I think Tyrone Tracy is going to have a really good season. Cam Scatterbo is going to, as the season goes on, his role will increase and he'll be better.
Yep. Big time. His role will increase big time.
Yeah. So that the NFC, like I said, the two divisions that everybody is going, if you're asking me, the two divisions that everybody is going to keep an eye on because they're going to be the two best divisions in the National Football League this year will be the AFC West and the NFC East.
I think so too. When it comes to the Giants, here's the scary part. Where are you going to send protection? Like, who are you going to block? watching their preseason games, that defense is really scary, right?
That defensive line is going to be nuts.
But it's like not just the defensive line, though. Like that linebacker core is absolutely crazy. They got some dope ass young linebackers. Their DBs are playing out of this world. That D line is absolutely terrifying. Like you're gonna have to double, which is gonna clear up so many fucking blitzes. It's gonna clear up so many one-on-ones. Like that team, I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Giants just because they feel like their quarterback situation is shaky, which obviously it's not. If you've seen Russ play through preseason, you know that he still got it. That moon ball that he threw to Bo Collins, absolutely beautiful. But I think that's going to be a really well-rounded team, and a lot of people think they're going to get an easy win. Or no, that's going to be probably
that division going to be tough.
If you walk into New York, Jersey, if you think that you're going to get an easy win off them boys, you're going to get your ass beat.
Yeah, and I like them a lot. And like I said, I'm not saying they're going to be world beaters, but they're going to be a lot better than they were last year, and a lot better than what people think they are going to be this year.
Most definitely.
Let's see. They do okay. So we do have our free agents that are still lurking and moving around. I can't understand. I saw Justin Simmons' name on there, but I also saw that Justin Simmons signed a 1-year deal with the Falcons. So I just want to, somebody didn't update something or.
Okay, so when it comes to Justin Simmons, I'm really confused because
I'm confused too, because I read that he signed a 1-year deal to go back to Atlanta, but then on everything, they got him listed as
a free agent. Yeah, I'm mad confused about that as well. I really don't know the situation behind Justin Simmons and what's going to go on if he's even. I'm not going to say he's not going to touch the field this year, but what I am going to say is he may miss some time just based off. I really don't know because I'm not sure what that means. I don't know if he's going to back to Atlanta, or I don't know if they kind of just hold on to his rights so in that way, like he can. I don't know. That's a weird situation. I want to see him play though. Shit.
Right now it's like I said, I'm seeing it's saying that he's a free agent still. Okay, so if he's a free agent, I don't know why the Raiders didn't pick him up. Makes no sense to me. Because they picked up Tremont Edmonds, and I was like, no disrespect to Tremont Edmonds. If Marcus Williams and Justin Simmons are free agents, that's what I would have did, me personally.
Easily.
Asante Samuel Jr. Still a free agent.
That one is confusing. I'm really confused about that one.
Yeah, that one I don't understand. Also, if the Raiders are looking to get a pass rusher, because I know that they're into talks with the Bengals to get Trey Hendrickson to Las Vegas. But if you don't want to overspend or do anything, what I would do is I'd kick the tires on Zadarius Smith and Jadeveon Clowney and see what you got.
I would for surely kick. I mean, Jadeveon, because I think we'll be really good in the run game as far as run defense goes. But if we're going to look at as far as pass defense goes, as far as pass rushing goes, and they want to pair somebody with Max Crosby, and I know that they're probably going to use Malcolm Kuntz as a trading piece. But if we're going to look at free agency, bro, yeah, Zadarius Smith, bro. I would keep the run game with Jadeveon, even if we don't sign Jadeveon. But as far as pass rushing goes, I would definitely kick the tires on Zadarius, bro. Like, absolutely.
Right. And then even the same thing with Amari Cooper. It's like you want to bring in another dude. Like you want someone that can bring the young kids along and teach them the ropes and all that. Just bring Amari in. Like you still got Amari. You still got Odell. Odell's not retiring, even though they tried to put that out there that he retired. Yeah. He said he's not retiring. Yeah, no, he's still going to play. He's going to end up on a roster somewhere. So my thing is, Vegas they still got like $80 million to spend.
They still got a whole lot of money to spend.
They got a lot of money to spend. So kick the tire on those things and just see what you can. You got so much money and stuff you can do. Yeah, like you can do it.
And if we want to bolster that cornerback room, Rasul Douglas is still out there.
Rasul Douglas is still out there. That's why I said Asante Samuel. But
Asante Samuel Jr. is still out there.
Yeah,
like we still got Marcus, like he said, Marcus Williams is still out there. There's Justin Simmons. As far as because what I've been seeing is a lot of people aren't really too high on the Raiders corners as of right now. But what I've been saying is we got to give them time.
I think they're talented. They're young. That's the
only they're young. They're young pups. We got to give them time to kind of, you know what I mean, to develop. They got to give them time to get their feet wet.
And Lonnie Johnson getting hurt didn't help.
Yeah, most definitely.
Which is crazy because they fucking traded Jacorian Bennett, and then Lonnie Johnson gets hurt. Yeah.
Which leaves a roster spot open.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So, you know.
And if the Falcons cut Kobe Bryant, sign him immediately.
If they cut Kobe, that's crazy.
Sign him immediately.
He'll be a starter. He's not going nowhere.
Sign him immediately. Because I just seen that bullshit today. Just if they do some dumb shit,
there's no way that they're cutting. There's no fucking way.
Sign him immediately.
No way. That would be dumb. What do you think about the fight in Tennessee with Cam Ward and the defensive tackle?
I knew this question. Okay, so look, I'm not gonna lie. All right, I've had my doubts about one Cam Ward, and I still do. There's still a lot that he has to show me as far as on the field play. That is going to make me a believer, right? Because what I seen in college, I'm not as high as everybody else is on Cam Ward. I'm more higher on Jackson Dart than I am Cam Ward, right? Since everybody says that we always talk about Shador, I'm higher on Jackson Dart than I am Cam Ward. Just saying, right? Two quarterbacks that were drafted higher than Shador. But when it comes to his mentality, when it comes to his leadership, I respect him, right? I think he's doing it the right way, or at least he's trying to. Now, like I said, if talent follows that, then hey, he'll make a believer out of me. But I can at least respect him for trying to do things the right way, right? Trying to galvanize the troops, trying to get people to follow him, trying to lead in a way that he knows how. Right? Bringing up his dad, bringing up, a lot of his childhood and stuff like that. Like, I can respect that, big dog. I understand what you're doing. I see where you're going. And it would be a hater of me to be like, yeah, nah, I still don't rock with the dude because of this and this and that and all the stuff like that. Like, yeah, nah, I see what he's trying to do. You know what I mean? I want young boys to succeed, right? Like I said, talent is still kind of shaky for me. I still feel like his decision making is still kind of head. But I see what he's doing. I see the path that he's trying to lead. I respect it. You know what I mean? I respect it. Hey, everybody can't get down with the D lineman, man. You know what I mean? Everybody don't do that. Okay. Now, is it smart? No. But
that's where I was gonna go. Is like, for me, no.
I can see why you would go that, but like I said, I can see why you would go that route. Is it smart? No. But if you trying to kind of make a name for yourself and build a little respect, and hey, I'm the starter, I'm 10 toes. Hey, more power to you, big dog.
Because what the problem is, you do something stupid and you hit your hand, fuck your hand up. Who's the backup quarterback in Tennessee?
And then there's that.
Like, let the offensive lineman handle your business. I don't want you out there fighting.
Yeah, let your big dogs handle it. You feel me? And like I said, I respect it. Is it smart? No. But I respect it. I see what you're doing. You're a young boy. These YNs, they got a lot of energy. I get it. You feel me? You feel like you got to, you got to earn some stripes to stand on. I understand, big dog. Like I said, I respect your direction. I understand where you're trying to go and how you're trying to lead. I understand it. But as Mel just said, you got to let your big dogs handle that, man.
Let them handle that.
Let them handle that, bro. That's why they there. You feel me? And let me get on you niggas, because nobody is supposed to touch your quarterback, and they not supposed to be dog food after that.
Basically, that's the next part of that conversation. Is like, your quarterback, the second you see your quarterback look like he's about to get into the scrum, you snatch his ass out.
And somebody getting punched because don't touch my quarterback. I don't even care. Like, as a lineman, and this is the reason why I was on Chicago's lineman last year so much, because y'all were literally on your knees in the downward dog position. Y'all was getting punched on your own sideline. Okay, like, nah, I need some ferociousness. I need some ferocity. I need animals. I need beasts, bears.
Like I said, this is why I said we so dope, because you mentioned Chicago. That was the transition point, because then I was like going from the fighting in Tennessee to, is Caleb Williams the Karl Anthony Towns of the NFL?
Yeah.
Is King Lightskin, is he just too sassy for the NFL?
Oh my God. Yeah. He might. Yeah. Oh no, Caleb. Oh my gosh.
And Caleb is my guy. And Karl Anthony Towns is my guy. So,
Oh my gosh.
But
oh my goodness.
The allegations are getting they're getting too heavy.
They're getting undeniable at this point. Yeah. I mean, it's not you per se, Caleb, Karl. It's not y'all.
It's just what you do. It's just what you do. It's at the wrong. You just do something a little.
You know what I mean?
The wrong time.
It's your mannerisms, and then there are certain parts of your mannerisms that I'm probably sure you can't help, which I get. I understand. You feel me? I grew up with some men who are more in touch with their feminine side. I'm not sitting here judging you, okay? I feel like it might be second nature. That's cool. But there are times in which those mannerisms tend to show, and they are a little questionable. You feel me? So I'm just saying, like, a lot of the evidence that niggas is gathering against you, it's not helping.
It's not. And it don't help that you light skin.
Yeah. I mean,
you fucking us up, man. You setting us back.
Yeah, nah. I mean, nah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you might have to add like a tattoo or something.
I think tattoos make it worse.
I feel like I don't know. He got to do like a.
Because then you get the Jordan Clarkson? Then you get that nigga.
But I feel like in the right areas, I feel he got so much. At some point in time, it's like, all right, well, you may be one of us because the tattoo ink is starting to make it look like, you know what I mean?
But then he didn't come. But then he didn't come in with the tattoo. So he started getting it. Then so now it's like now you fake it. Now you're trying to do too much.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't know. I feel like you might have to eat like a steak with your hands or something. But then again, I feel like motherfuckers might judge you for that because you might look weird doing. I don't know.
Right.
Cat, I'm sorry. You might be cooked, brother.
You might be cooked. So then we'll go to the other quarterback who's having issues. One, Anthony Richardson. So Indianapolis Colts come out, said they're naming Daniel Jones the starter in Indianapolis. They also said that Anthony Richardson did not have to win the starting job to have a future in Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
My problem with that is then you shouldn't have named Daniel Jones the starting quarterback. This was the problem with bringing Daniel Jones in the first place. Because Daniel Jones said it. He was coming to take your job. He said it verbatim that I'm going to Indianapolis to win the starting job. Because he got offered to go somewhere else and he said, no, I want to go to Indianapolis. And he chose Indianapolis because he felt he was a better quarterback than Anthony Richardson.
All right. First and foremost, with how everything is going down in Indianapolis, two things. Number one, y'all drafted him. Like, you did that.
I too.
You did that, regardless of what everybody else felt, and everybody literally told you.
And he was a project anyway.
Anyway, but you literally drafted him and you threw him in the fire. First and foremost, out the gate, right? Out the gate. Number 2. You named Daniel Jones a starter. Like, we don't know who he is. This is the same guy that was holding a bag for the practice squad on the Giants last year.
He's trash. Like, I don't know if this is a better version of Daniel Jones or we've seen a worse version of Anthony Richardson.
First and foremost, I'm disappointed in Steve Sir and freaking what's his name?
The head coach.
Coach from the Colts. Because anybody else would have seen that he's more of a project quarterback, right? And if we're looking at quarterbacks that's going to at least help you win, Daniel Jones is not it. But
Shane Steichen,
thank you. The problem that I have ultimately is what I alluded to last week is you don't let them play enough. And then once they do play, you hoist them in the fire, which is them playing, which is trying to get them to learn on the fly, which obviously, as we can see, does more harm to your quarterback than it helps them.
And the Anthony Richardson situation is even more unique because he didn't play that much in high school. He didn't play that much in college. So you're dealing, I think he said before he got to the NFL, he had a total of 17 starts at quarterback?
Yeah. And that's the problem that I have, right? Because y'all want these guys to be your franchise quarterbacks, but they're not ready to play yet. It's the Trey Lance situation, right? You can't just thrust guys in the fire without letting them develop first. You have to let them develop. You have to let them on the field. You have to let them play football, right? And this is why I continuously say, taking quarterbacks out after they throw 1 or 2 passes, especially somebody like him, it's detrimental to his career.
This is why we say what we say. When I say the bad teams shouldn't be allowed to get high picks in the draft, because what they do is you damage these young players. Had he been able to go to a team that has a aging quarterback where he can sit behind, a la what Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love, like you can allow him to sit on the bench for 2 to 3 years to just absorb the offense, absorb the NFL experience, so that when it's time for the veteran guy to go, he's ready to move in.
And that's when you don't let your ones play in a freaking preseason game, or you don't let the veteran ones play in a preseason game. The guys who are 10, 12 years in, yeah, sure, y'all don't have to play. But if we're looking at 5-year vets, if we're looking at 6, 7-year vets, 3-year vets, yeah, you niggas are playing because that guy, the guy who's starting the game, is going to be your quarterback of the future. So we need you guys to be used to him. So now in the preseason, just like the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers, we can let a Mason Rudolph play the whole fucking game. We can let
Aaron Rodgers bitch ass need to be out there because he
needs to be out there. But we can let a Shador Sanders play the whole goddamn game. We can let a Dillon Gabriel play the whole goddamn game because we know Joe Flacco isn't going to be there long. So now we can let him play the whole entire game with this young offense to let him see what he has. Let them get used to him, let the offense get used to him, let the offensive coordinator. That is how that works. You should have been letting him get reps with the freaking the receivers over there, the tight ends over there, all while Phillip Rivers and Joe Flacco was taking reps.
Yep. But this is the damage of sending quarterbacks specifically, because they're asked to be franchise-changing people. And you're sending them to teams that have bad front offices, bad personnel people. It's just bad all the way around. And then when it doesn't work, they're the ones that get held accountable for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville. Jacksonville's just bad.
Just bad.
Top to bottom, it's just bad. But he's going to be the one that gets held for it. Same thing with Indianapolis and AR5. Like, he's not. So he should have never gotten drafted to the Indianapolis Colts. He should have been sitting behind a veteran quarterback for the last 2 years. He should have been sitting behind somebody like Kirk Cousins. He should have been sitting behind Aaron Rodgers, a Russell Wilson, or whoever. Shit. Even if the Cardinals could have drafted him, sat his ass behind fucking Kyler Murray, and when you got tired of Kyler Murray shit, at least you got this kid ready to go.
Yep.
But they keep turning out these bad teams, like Bryce Young in Carolina. Like, you can't hold. That's just a bad situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's just bad. You can't think he's going to be the one thing that turns it around. That's not how that works.
And if we've seen anything, we know that weapons help.
Yeah.
Him and freaking Gilly been arguing about it all goddamn summer. That is how you build a franchise. You don't just draft a quarterback and think that he's going to save it. You draft a quarterback and let him sit, let him develop, let him understand the play and how everything in the NFL is going to go. Let him read, let him develop.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes sat for a year behind Alex Smith.
Right? Let him develop his footwork, his eyes, his body, his arm, right?
Lamar Jackson sat for what, 8 games?
Yeah, behind Joe Flacco.
Like, you just got allow them to grow.
Allow them to properly develop so that when you roll them out, and you also build with how they are, just like you did with Jalen. Okay, we understand this is our guy. Now let's draft a Devontae Smith. Let's go out and get a Dallas Goedert. Let's go out and stack up this fucking defense that we got all throughout the draft. Let's go out and get an A.J. Brown. Let's go out and get a Saquon. That is how you build. You have JT already, who had a resurgence last year. JT had a really good year last year.
Yep.
You had Michael Pittman Jr. If you can find something in Joshua Downs, you may have something, because Alec Pierce is turning out to be a really solid possession receiver.
He's nice. He's really good.
If you can fix some spots in that O-line, you might have something. But if this is the case that we're going to go with, let the young bull sit behind fucking Daniel Jones. That's cool. That's fine. Let Daniel Jones go out there, steak up the fucking joint, but develop him and make sure he's ready to go so that when you roll him out, everything's going to go all smooth. Everything's going to go perfect. Y'all have been searching for a fucking quarterback that's going to do what Andrew Luck did for the longest time, and it's not going to happen. Andrew Luck was one of a kind.
I don't think he was that good in no way. But that's
and that's the thing, because if he was, he would have won fucking championships. But they've been looking for the same person for years, ever since he left, and they haven't been able to find it. Why? Because not everybody comes like Andrew Luck. So you're gonna have to develop some way, shape, or form of talent. Let him sit behind Daniel Jones. Let him see where his faults are. Let him see where his strengths are. Obviously, he's a specimen. We know he can run the ball. Now, what else are we working on? Let's work on footwork. Let's work on eyes. Let's work on shoulders. Let's work on depth drop, right? Let's work on release. Let's work on accuracy. Let's work on other things to where we can get him tuned up. We know his running is here. Now let's make sure his passing also gets here, so that we can have the quarterback of the future that we want, right? That is how you develop talent. Let him work with the Michael Pittmans. Let him work with the Joshua Downs. Let him work with these guys, right? We understand that Daniel Jones is a starter, but you got to let him also work.
And Daniel Jones going to fuck it up by week 3, so.
He's going to fuck it up, but you also got to let him work and let him develop and teach him in ways in which you want him to develop. Don't just let him go out there and run him up willy-nilly. Understand his strengths, understand his weaknesses, right? Everybody wants to talk shit about the short yard game and all these check down quarterbacks. That might be what he has to be for the first few years.
And that would be 100% okay.
And that's perfectly fine. As long as he develops in the way that you guys want him to develop in that system, that is okay. If y'all gonna roll out with Daniel Jones, bet. But develop the young bull, Anthony Richardson, in the way that you guys want him to run your system. Don't just develop him the way you think that he's going to develop because he's big and he's a running mobile quarterback. No, we know he can run. Now turn him into a big running mobile quarterback that can also pass the ball because that's going to make him more dangerous. But develop him as such. Don't just throw him out there and be like, yeah, save our team, please.
Yeah. And then
it doesn't work like that.
And
that's why Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl champion and Super Bowl MVP, by the way.
Because the organization actually did the right things to make everything around him good to make him better.
Yeah.
But we act like that teams are not supposed to do that.
Yeah. The things that everybody holds against him is how teams are actually supposed to operate for them to be successful.
Yep. Okay. Before we run up out of here, let's get to some college football.
Absolutely.
We got this college football weekend kicks off tomorrow.
Yep. Sure does.
Miami, Notre Dame, Clemson, LSU, Syracuse, Tennessee, Iowa State, Kansas State, Texas, Ohio State are some of the key matchups this weekend. Miami, Notre Dame. What do you think?
I'm not going to lie to you. Notre Dame, I know that they had, a lot of, a few players that went to the draft. They retained a lot of talent. And they added a lot of talent. Marcus Freeman may be cooking up some things over there. Now, I do have my gripes against Notre Dame because you guys know I am a USC fan. Fight on. But I would be remiss to say that them boys over there, they got some talent, and I don't know if Miami retooled just right to rock with them boys. I'm not gonna lie, they looking nice over there.
Miami they got some weapons. I don't like Carson Beck, so that's where
they lose me.
That's where you're gonna have the issue with me. I'm not sure who's the Notre Dame quarterback.
I know it's not Riley Leonard no more because he got drafted to the Colts.
He's on the Colts. Crazy that we just transitioned from that and did that. But where is I just
said they're rolling with CJ Carr over Kenny Minchie.
They're going CJ Carr?
Yeah, they're going CJ Carr over Kenny Minchie.
Okay. I figured it would be him. It doesn't matter, honestly, because Jeremiah Love is going to be getting the ball a lot.
Exactly. There we go.
So you're going to get a lot of that. Their receiving core is young. I like their receiving core. So I'm curious to see if Jerome Bettis Jr. is going to play. Is it Plexico Burris son on there?
Yes.
Yeah, Elijah Burris. And there's somebody else. Who was the other one?
Brian Urlacher's son's on that team too.
Yeah, Brian Urlacher's son. So a lot of legacy kids on Notre Dame. So that'll be interesting to watch. I do have Notre Dame winning this game, though.
I do too. Yeah, I do. Like I said, they got some boys over there, and man, I do not trust that quarterback over there in Miami. I didn't trust him in Georgia either. So
no, do not trust.
I told everybody he was the problem in Georgia.
He's going to make 1 or 2 turnovers, and that'll be the reason why Miami loses this game.
And it's a big game. He doesn't play well in big games. You're gonna have
he's horrible. And it's the first game of the season too.
Yeah. He cooked.
He is barbecue chicken.
Yeah, easily.
Next game, LSU Clemson. Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm of the feeling I want LSU to have a really shitty season just because John Gruden wants to come back and coach, and LSU was one of the places that he said he wouldn't mind coaching. And what's his name? The old LSU coach, or Ed Orgeron.
Ed Orgeron, yeah.
Ed Orgeron wants to come back as well. So, and I hate Clemson. I hate Dabo. So this is a very tough game for me. But LSU gonna beat the shit out of Clemson, and I'll be happy.
I'm just trying to figure. First and foremost, it's always gonna be fuck Clemson. But I just want to know what who. Why
are they number 4?
Because I can't even get it out. Because what did y'all do to deserve to be top 4?
I have no idea.
Because that is absolutely confusing to me. Clemson top. What did y'all do to be top 4? Are y'all dead? What are we doing here, committee?
They are really high on that kid Klubnik, the quarterback.
K Klubnik. Yeah,
Yeah, they are really high on him.
I guess, but 4?
No,
y'all are out of your mind. Y'all out of your mind. Yeah. I need Clemson to lose because of that. Because 4, number 4,
number 4
in the cut. Dabo got you on the sauce like that? Because
are they even the best team in the ACC?
There's no way. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, what? 4? Are we serious, guys? We got to do some things here because 4.
Yeah, they got them. They got them higher than SMU. They got them higher than
Georgia and Notre Dame.
I'm just saying SEC. ACC teams.
But I'm 4 in the nation. You niggas didn't. Notre Dame was in a natty last year.
Right. They got them in Georgia, Alabama.
That's what I'm like, bro, what?
Arizona State.
Are we serious?
Yeah.
There's no way y'all can justify that.
No.
4? Top 4 in the nation?
Yeah.
Over Oregon, Alabama.
That is true. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I need y'all to big time. Like I'm not even talking about like a minor. I need a big loss.
Because what's going to happen is
down at least 5
they're
spots.
going to be the Florida State of 2025, a team that was ranked stupid high in the preseason and then ended up losing like their first 5 games and then just being out of the top 25. That'll be Clemson.
4 is crazy. I'm not even gonna lie to you because y'all doing this. Y'all gonna piss me off. The committee gonna piss me off, bro.
Because I told you they're really high on K Klubnik, and I don't know why.
But bro, have you seen their schedule, dog?
Well, Clemson's.
Yes, they're gonna piss me off, bro.
Let's look at it.
Y'all doing this on purpose to piss me off.
They got LSU, Troy, Georgia Tech, Syracuse, North Carolina, Boston College, SMU, Duke, Florida State, Louisville, Furman, South Carolina.
Y'all just gave them a top 5, top 4. Is that why y'all put them at 4 based off schedule?
Nah.
That has to be the only reason why.
Not because they can lose to LSU.
No, they're gonna lose to LSU for sure. They're going to beat Troy, they can lose to Georgia Tech and Syracuse. They can potentially lose to them teams too, but they knew what they were. I promise you, bro. I promise you, if I see Clemson in this national fucking championship or I'm probably gonna see them in the playoffs because of how many teams make the playoffs. But I promise you, when I see these niggas ranked top 5, top 6, I'm coming back to this schedule because I knew that they were gonna fucking do it. They gonna rank these niggas at number 4 and based off strength of schedule because they already know, Clemson, we're gonna give them that. Hey, I promise you, bro. End of season, we're gonna be sitting here having another fucking conversation about Clemson and how their season was fucking bullshit because they started off 0-1 on that number 4 fucking ranking on that high rank and then went on to beat all these other weak ass teams and probably gonna acquire another fucking loss, make the goddamn playoffs, still be a top 10 ranking, and everybody's gonna be on Dabo's. Wow, I know it's coming. I know it's coming because I know the committee. Y'all gonna piss me off.
SMU owe them. SMU owe them something. So I don't think they're gonna be. I'm praying they end up with one. I'll split the Georgia Tech and Clemson. Matter of fact, fuck that. They're gonna lose both of them. They're gonna have 4 losses. They might have 5 because they play South Carolina at the end of the season.
I already see where this is going. There you go. I promise you. Oh, I already see where this is going. Oh my God.
I want Dabo to fall on his face.
I see where this is going, bro.
They're gonna lose to LSU, Georgia Tech, Syracuse.
Oh, I see where this is going.
SMU.
What's this bullshit?
And South Carolina.
They gonna move to LSU, go on a fucking run, and they gonna rank these bitch ass niggas so fucking high that the committee is gonna be undeniable. And I promise you, they're gonna go to that fight. They're gonna get that first round bye, that playoffs. They're gonna get their ass kicked, bro. I'm telling you, I see it. It's all happening right here, right now. I got it. I can run it back like film. I promise you, it's gonna be great, bro. They're gonna get their ass whooped this first game. But then they're going to go on a crazy-ass run because of strength of schedule, and then they're going to get a first-round bye because the committee's going to be on their penis, and it's going to get on my nerves. Telling you, they're going to get their ass beat in that first round of that playoffs, bro. Or second round of that playoffs, actually. Promise you. Ass whooped. Double-digit touchdowns. I see it. It's happening. Because I see the bullshit. I see the bullshit. I see it already. I'm like Negro Damas.
Syracuse, Tennessee.
Give me Tennessee. They don't got. I'm
gonna go with Syracuse on this. I'm gonna go with Syracuse. I actually like their squad.
I do too. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I really like Syracuse as I like what they did. They're one of the they're going to be sneaky good.
I think they are too. They were really good last year too. So that doesn't surprise me.
Iowa State, Kansas State. I just threw that in there just to throw it in.
We know Iowa State's always a really solid team. My question for K-State is if they're still gonna have young bull. Oh, they do. Yep. Number 2 from last year, Avery Johnson. It's kind of shaky, but when he wants to turn it on, I'm not gonna lie to you, he can spin it a little bit. Okay. So, and they got some really solid receivers that are returning over there at K-State. K-State can be really dangerous.
I want K-State. I want K-State to be good because
I'm not gonna lie.
Because I want Colorado to put belt to ass at the end of the season, and so that's what I want. I want Deion to have that game at the end of the season, get a nice ranked opponent, take them off the map.
It's crazy how they're not even ranked,
which is crazy.
They ended up ranked. They ended off the season ranked last year, but you're not going to rank them this year. See, I'm telling you, the committee, y'all gonna piss me off.
I'm gonna get to their schedule when we finish this. But the big game. Arch taking them Longhorns into the horseshoe.
Oh, this game's they gonna have me up early as hell that day, and I don't care.
I'm going to take Texas because I hate Ohio State. It's always fuck Ohio State, especially Ryan Day. And I think they're starting Julian Sayin.
I think they are too.
So we're gonna have 2 young quarterbacks going at it. I just have more faith in Arch Manning and that Texas offense. And what Sark and them are going to do over there. Ohio State's always going to be stacked on defense. You still got to deal with Jeremiah Smith. But Arch Heisman's march begins tomorrow.
Of course, I'm going Texas. I don't trust Ohio State's quarterback, so There's that. I understand that they got Jeremiah Smith, but I mean, jury's out, honestly. We'll see how that goes. I'm not into putting all my fruit into a young guy's basket like that. And I know everybody was throwing all of their fruit into Ryan Williams and Jeremiah Smith's basket because they're both so young and so dominant. But let's hold out and let's make sure that there's what it's going to transition, because
they still need the right person throwing the ball to them.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I got Texas in this, but the reason why is because I think Arch silences a lot of critics.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are still on the fence about him. Honestly, I don't know why, but a lot of people are still on the fence about him because he hasn't really thrown the ball a lot, I guess, in their eyes, or hasn't really showed them enough to where they feel like he should be the starting quarterback or he should be considered a top prospect. So I feel like he goes out there and he ties the name to the talent. And he silenced a lot of critics.
Yeah, I think Arch goes out there and he does what Manning is supposed to do. And he's going to go out there. And not, like I said, I'm not saying he's going to go out there and throw for 400 yards or anything like that. What I'm saying is he's going to have a very efficient game. He's going to make all the throws that he needs to make. Because, like I said, he's still growing as well. So he's not a veteran in the sense of, we know he's a sophomore, but he hasn't played like that.
Yeah.
So
to develop on the field is to get on the field.
Right. So as the season goes on for Texas, though, it's going to get nasty.
Yeah, we're going to see his ups, his downs. We're going to see what he's good at, what he's bad at, and how Steve is going to develop him. I guarantee by the end of the season, everybody's going to be saying hyper candidate.
Going into next season, going into his junior year, he's going to be a problem.
Easily.
Whole problem. And then, like I said, I'm taking Texas in that game. Then we'll get to Colorado does not play this week. Colorado plays next week. This is the Colorado schedule starting August 29th. They open up at home at home against Georgia Tech. That's going to be a tough week for them. Georgia Tech is really good.
Always really good.
Then they got Delaware, Houston, Wyoming, BYU, TCU, Iowa State, Utah. Why do I feel like I said Utah twice? Houston was the other one. My bad. I said Houston. I said Utah. Arizona, West Virginia, Arizona State, and then they end the season at Kansas State.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. BYU is always tricky, but I'm thinking they're going to
always tough.
4.
BYU is always tough.
5, 6, 7, 8.
And is it at BYU?
No, Colorado.
I might give that to Colorado, because if it was at BYU with that whiteout game, yikes. But it may be at Colorado. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think with that atmosphere that they built over there, Colorado might have a chance.
Yeah. I'm giving Colorado 9 to 10 wins this year. Okay.
I feel like they're unranking.
I say low, anywhere from 8 to 10. I'll say 8 to 10 wins.
I think them not being ranked is going to be real disrespectful, and Deion's not going to take exception to that. They got a really good young running back over there, dog.
They have a favorable schedule.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Now, if they can get to Iowa State I say they can get to Iowa State with 1 loss. I say they lose the opener to Georgia Tech, but they can actually win that game at Georgia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
But they're gonna beat Delaware, they can beat Houston, they can beat Wyoming, they can beat BYU, they can beat TCU. And then if you're going into the Iowa State game, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you're going into that game 5-1. You could do that. Then
I'm gonna say floor floor 7 wins, ceiling at least 11. Because
I say 8 and 10.
I say, just looking at this, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think they can steal that first game at Georgia Tech. I know
that game is going to tell me a lot.
And that's the reason why. It's going to tell me a lot about them. I think they can steal that first game. Delaware is going to be an easy win. We all know Houston is going to be a really tough win, but I think they get that one. Wyoming, I think they get that one. BYU, I think that one but that one's and that one's at Colorado, so that one kind of scares me because I think Colorado may be able to steal that one.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if they can get, like you said, if they can get to Iowa State with none or maybe one loss, and I think if anything, it may come from possibly Houston, because Houston likes to play certain teams very, very well, but at the same time, they kind of fall off in the end. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think they can get to Iowa State.
They can get there with no more than 2 losses to Iowa State.
They can possibly get there with possibly just one. And I think
I said they can get there 5-1.
Yeah, because I think if any team gets them, I think it's going to be BYU.
This is where I say this is why the Georgia Tech game is so important to me. If they lose to Georgia Tech, how they lose would mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
But if they beat Georgia Tech, they beating the shit out of everybody else going into Iowa State.
That's almost the toughest test that they're going to get until you get to BYU, Iowa State territory.
Right.
And I'm not even going to lie to you. If they get past Iowa State, because
if they get past Iowa State, then all you got is Utah, Arizona, West Virginia, shaky. But then you got Arizona State and then Kansas State.
Well, if you get past BYU, that's almost Utah's biggest punch as far as the state goes, right? Because BYU and Utah have a very similar play style as far as physicality goes. So if you can understand the physicality that you're going to get from BYU, you can understand the physicality you're going to get from Utah. If you can match that, then I think you should be fine against a Utah team that's known to kind of dominate physically wise and not necessarily scheme wise. So if you can match physicality with that Utah team, especially after that tough, grueling Iowa State game, because we all know how Iowa State plays, I think going into that later half of that schedule, everything else is just kind of going to feel like a breeze, because that kind of gauntlet was probably the toughest thing we was going to see.
Yeah, like I said, and they got enough breaks in between games that it doesn't feel like the most brutal shit they're gonna have to deal with is gonna be the end of the season. Is if they're in contention for the Big 12 championship, is that you have to play Arizona, Kansas State, and then the Big 12 championship.
Mm-hmm.
Like that'll be the toughest run.
Yeah, definitely the toughest run as far as endurance goes. But physically, I think that BYU, Iowa State, Utah, those 3 games, those are going to test everybody's physically along with that Georgia Tech game. It's going to test their physicality. And I think if they pass that test, a lot of people they're going to change their narrative about Colorado.
Yeah, so I say anywhere between 8 wins or 11 wins with Colorado this year, especially with the young quarterback. Depends on who's starting. I think they should just start Julian Lewis. That's just me. But they might start the other kid.
That's true. But at the same time, they got a really good running back over there. We know they still got some solid receivers over there. They did bring in some really good O-linemen as far as a guard goes and another tackle. So I think that dynamic is going to help them tremendously, because that running back is really, really good.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Matt,
but he's really good.
And then, like I said, you still got Omarion Miller.
Mm-hmm.
You still got who's it? Omarion Miller. That's gonna be my guy. Quentin Gibson. Even though he's small, he's fast as fuck.
Fast as hell.
And there you go. The other Miller kid, Dre Miller.
Yep.
So, and Hakeem Williams.
Yeah, and then they added Sincere Brown too.
So we got and Sincere Brown. Yep. So yeah, I mean, like I said, as long as they can get it to gel early, a lot's gonna ride on that Georgia Tech game. A lot. If they come out and if they fight and they can lose by like 7 or 10 to Georgia Tech, if they beat Georgia Tech, everybody else is fucked.
Oh, most definitely.
Everybody else is fucked. Because there's nobody left. There's nobody on that roster, on their schedule that's going to be as physical on the ground game and in the front line and on the defense as Georgia Tech.
True. Yeah.
Because their running back, Haynes, what is his name?
You talking about Georgia Tech's running back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's good.
He's really good. He's really good.
So
he's really good. That's telling you, that's gonna be a really good test. Yeah. Biggest test probably for him all season.
Yep. All right. So with all that being said, that is the day. Let me see. Let's go run down these scores real quick. Eagles beat the Jets 19-17. Titans beat the Vikings 23-13. Cowboys beat the Falcons 31-13. Bears came back and beat the Chiefs 29-27. They was getting their ass beat.
They was getting their ass whooped.
Steelers beat the Panthers. That was Thursday.
Yep.
19-10. And Giants beat the Patriots on Thursday 42-10. Tomorrow, we got the Battle of the Beltway. Commanders, Ravens.
Yep.
Browns, Rams. 49ers, Chargers. Raiders, Cardinals. Colts, Bengals. Saints, Broncos. Lions, Texans. Packers, Seahawks. Dolphins, Jaguars. Bills, Buccaneers.
Full slate tomorrow.
Full slate. And then we get into all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Season starts on September 4th.
Yeah.
That Thursday. Thursday night, we got Cowboys, Eagles.
Eagles. We starting off hot.
Hot. NFC East. Followed up Friday, AFC West. We told you those two divisions they're gonna be tough. So you got Chargers. Did you just call him shit door? That is nasty work. Don't do that. When did Shador cry? You just give me one example where Shador Sanders cried about anything. Just one. I'm not asking for a lot. You just drop me one in the comment where Shador Sanders cried. Just one. And then to say he's a crybaby, and then have legendary, that's his sign. That's his saying, right?
And 2 is also his number.
And 2 is you put 2 legendary. I'll ignore the Trump is.
That's kind of crazy, but
it is kind of crazy. Look, but by all means, you can show up next week and we can have a conversation. You know how we do. Just leave a comment inside the comment section. Like, subscribe, do your thing. If you want to come on the show, we are more than happy to have you on. Just hit us up on socials, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, or Moolish is on the Bird app or X, whatever you want to call it now.
Yep. And don't be mad because Shador plays better than your favorite quarterback right now.
Yeah, that's right. It's all good. And and we'll find out tomorrow, won't we? Because they're both playing tomorrow, and we'll see who plays better.
Most definitely. Make sure you guys tune into the rest of the shows next week. From the Sideline is going through a nice little update. Season 3's coming around the corner.
Season 3,
sure you guys are here. Be there or be square. Keep liking, keep subscribing, keep commenting. We can keep bringing y'all this dope ass content. Like we saying, the numbers been out the motherfucking roof. So keep that energy going. We gonna climb, y'all gonna climb, and we not gonna stop until we get these motherfucking plaques behind us. So keep rocking with us, bro. We gonna keep bringing y'all this dope content. We gonna see you next week.
Let's go.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn